if you are looking forward to immigrate to Canada through one of their pilot programs, then this video is for you. Don't be scammed. There are a lot of pilot programs going on, and in this video I'll be talking about the RCIP, which is the Rural and Francophone Community Immigration Pilot. Canada has a lot of ongoing programs which can bring people here into Canada. But if you are not careful, you will be scammed. These things are free and it is a DIY. Do it yourself. The aim of this video is to help you do it yourself. And if you don't watch this tutorial to the end, you might not get it. You will miss the most important thing, because the last part of this video, I'll be showing you the employers who are employing people for this type of pilot program. No matter what your trade is, I want you to watch this video and tutorial to the end. And by the end of this video, you will find the value and you will realize that it is worth your time. Let me highlight this. I'll be talking about 4 things in this video. I will explain what the Rural and Francophone Community Immigration Pilot. I will also talk about the eligibility, the things you have to possess to be able to be part of this pilot, so that if you don't have them, you don't even have to watch this video or even continue doing this. I will also talk about the skills each community is looking for, because the RCIP is working with certain communities, which is about 18 of them. And I'll show you this exact communities and what you need to be able to participate in that. Then the last thing I'll talk about is I'll take you to the websites of employers who are recruiting people for this program. And the good thing is this pilot is a direct PR pathway, and therefore this pilot is one of the best and easiest way to become a PR here in Canada. For those who don't know me, I'm Nesefia Christie and I immigrated to Canada. I'm from Africa, went to school in the US and then moved to Canada. I became a PR in 6 months through the PMP route. And that is why I'm encouraging other people to take advantage of the different immigration pilots and the programs going on with Canada and move to Canada as a PR. Now, let's go into the tutorial. Okay, so as you all know, I always start from the scratch so that if you are doing it, it's easy. I don't just start from anywhere in the middle. So I open my Google browser and then we can just type RCIP Canada, right? Or you can just go to the IRCC website. That is the official Canada website. So you just go to English and then you can go to, you see on the platform, it gives you a lot of things going on. Some people are coming for work, study, so different things. But for my channel, I'm more focused on immigration to Canada. So we'll always be playing on this part, immigrate, right? So you can see we have express entry, provincial nominee, family spawn, caregivers. Some of these programs are active. Some of these are closed. So for the purpose of today's video, we are just going straight into the Rural and Francophone Community Pilot, which people call it the RCIP. So let's get into it. So it says Rural and Francophone Community Immigration Pilots are pathways to permanent residence for skilled workers who want to work, live in one of 18 rural and smaller communities in Canada. So as I told you that Canada is a really huge place. And actually there are places which are so cold that real Canadians don't want to go there. So if you are in Africa or outside Canada, and Canada is really your dream and you are ready to sacrifice to be in a small rural area. Actually, that is how I did it. I came to a rural area, and now that I have a PR, I can decide to move anywhere I want, right? So if you are outside Canada, you have to work strategically. And that is why I want you to be on this channel, so that I'll be showing you this little secrets. So let's check out the 18 communities. So these communities are all rural and smaller communities in Canada, and they need people. So let's look at the eligibility. And another thing is that they are working with specific employer. So don't let anybody scam you and take your money that they'll give you a job. You have to make sure that whoever is employing you is the name in the list, because these names are public information. So someone will take your money, oh, I'll get you a job, and they might draft a job offer for you. But in reality, that employer might not be part of this program. So make sure that you are looking for the right information online, because everything about this pilot is a public information. Okay. So it said if you're an employer, we are not employers, so we'll skip that side. We will go, we are interested in if you're a skilled worker. So it says get hired in a rural or Francophone community. Today I'm highlighting more on the rural community. In another video, I'll talk more about our friends who are very fluent in French and the opportunities they have as well. So you can see that we have two tabs: immigrate to a rural community, immigrate to a Francophone community. Most of my followers are English speakers, so for today I'll not look much into the Francophone. If you're a French speaker, please comment so that I can go into the Francophone for you. But for my English speakers, we'll focus more on the rural community. So it says you can be living abroad, right? You can be living abroad. In my last video, there were some comments like someone was like, keep quiet, there are no jobs. Bro, there are jobs. And it's right there on the official Canadian website. And as we progress in this video, you will see more reasons to prove to you that the jobs here in Canada is not only looking for people here in Canada, but they're also looking for people from outside Canada. So let's click on we are still on the eligibility, guys. So it says immigrate to rural community. So let's click on that and then see the eligibility there. Look, status open. So meaning this is a currently active pilot program, because sometimes you open and it says closed. Once it is closed, don't go and do anything or pay money and try to force yourself. It's not going to work. Since it is open, this is your opportunity. Now, let's see. It said, check if you are eligible. It is not coming from me. It is the Canada official website. So let's see the eligibility for the rural pilot program. So it says, to apply for PR through the RCIP, you must have a valid job offer. If you have been following me on this channel, I always talk about getting license, getting a job offer, getting license, get a job offer. Guys, the truth is, if you want to immigrate to Canada, whether on a work permit, PR, or whatever, you need a job offer, which starts from licensing and certifications. And that is what this channel is about. So let's go back. It says, you must have at least 1 year of related experience in the past 3 years. So whatever job you want, you'll be using for this pilot program, you should at least have a little experience, right? It makes sense. You should have some experience in that job before you apply for the program. And you see those little writings here. It says what counts as related experience. Work experience exemption if you studied and graduated. So I will encourage you to read these little things. I don't want this video to be too long because there are more exciting things I want to talk about. But once you are ready to do this, read those little things, because it will explain to you what they mean by your hours of experience. And there are some exemptions for people who are already in that community. Remember that there are people who maybe lived in that community, maybe they were students and now they want jobs, right? So they have some exemption for those people. And then it also talks about prove your language abilities. Guys, if you want to immigrate to Canada, English language or French language, depending on whatever program, is a must. Being in PMP, whatever program, English language is a must. And you know the IELTS, there are different types of English courses, which, so you can also read that to know the exact things they need for your English language. It also said, have a Canadian educational credential or the foreign equivalent, guys. So I always tell you, get your license, get your certification, do your worst, do this. It's right there. So if somebody is telling you that there are no jobs in Canada, so you are just sitting down and you don't want to do anything, that person is doing you more harm than good. If you really want to move to Canada, even if there are no opportunities now, but you know, in my previous video, I've talked about the things they need, the shortages here in Canada, right? You should get those certifications, get your credential evaluation, start preparing for your English test, right? Start getting some licensing, because the truth is, once you have these things, immediately a program opens and you apply, you have a higher chance of getting than someone who is now going to try to, because some of this certification takes a while to be finalized. So if Canada is your dream country, please start getting your certification and your licensing. Okay, so it says have a Canadian educational credential or a foreign equivalent. And down here in the little right, it says what counts as a Canadian educational credential or the foreign equivalent. So you can just get more explanation on that. It said prove you have money to support your transition and your family's transition into the program. This proof of fund is not a lot. Let's just look into it. What it talks about, the proof of funds. So how much you need. Right there, guys, right there. So assuming you are a single person, it's just $7,963. If you are two, $9,692, because this is for the rural areas, because usually if you are proving funds to come to Canada, it's a lot of money, but because you are moving to a rural area and it's a piloted program, it's more moderate. So if you have some money down and you want to move to Canada, keep investing, keep saving, preparing your bank statement, because moving to Canada is not a one-day affair. It's a planned and progressive transition. I planned to move to Canada over 10 years ago, guys. I had to go round, and most of the information I have now, if I had had it 10 years ago, my journey would have been shorter. And that is what this page is doing. Please subscribe so that you don't have to go through a longer journey. Because if you have access to the right information, your Canadian dream is easier than you not knowing what to do. Let's go back into it. So as we were talking about, the financial requirements is right here. Now let's go back to so that is it. The next one is what? Get a job offer. So guys, that is it. These are the eligibility. This is it. It's as simple as that. Now let's see the skills needed. To know the skills needed, you have to go to the community. So let's go back to the main page again. Let's go back to the main page. We'll use one community as a case study. So these are the 18 communities, guys. So we can pick one of the communities and then we'll use that as a case study. So let's choose one. Timmins, Ontario, right? Timmins, Ontario. So we can just Google Timmins, Ontario, RCIP, right? And Google will help us bring it out. Remember that all these 18 communities have their own websites. I always say that Canada works accordingly. Like if you want a job, go province by province. If you want something, go province by province, community. It makes things easier for you. So in this case, you go to you can Google each community, RCIP, and Google itself will bring out the website. So you can take it one after the other. So as we go through this community in Ontario, I want you to do the same thing for the other communities. As you are doing it, write things down, especially if it's related to your skill, and note down the employer. So follow through with this and you understand what I'm talking about. So let's see the options. Google. So let's see what is going on in Timmins, Ontario. So we can just go immigration. Okay. It says Timmins Regional, Rural and Francophone Community Immigration Pilot, right? So we just want more information on Timmins, right? And look at it has explained the steps, the things they need here. It says these are the priority sectors: health, education and social community, trades, natural resource and agriculture, business, finance and administration. Guys, are you watching? Okay. And then it said it breaks it down here. If you're a financial advisor, accounting technician, administrative officer, registered nurses. I'm a nurse, so I always talk a lot more for nurses. LPNs, which are also diploma nurses. Medical laboratory, nurse aid, guys. Elementary school and kindergarten teachers. I have a lot of teachers asking me for opportunities. I'll be making a video for teachers, but for now, let's stay tuned on this. Home support workers, guys, it's a lot. I can't even finish it. What miners, construction, heavy truck installers, look, truck drivers, automated service technician. These are like those who repair vehicles and all that. Truck and bus mechanic, guys, mechanics, heavy duty equipment. I know all these skills. There are a lot in Africa. There are a lot of these skills in Africa. And let's go down. These are for employers. We will not look at the employers. Let's look at who can apply. Let's look at oh, it takes us back here. So it says we already know who can apply. We already know. So let's look at step 2. Get a job offer, guys. Get a job offer. And the good thing here is it's even showing you where to find a job. So let's go here. It said view list of designated employers here. So we can look at the designated employers. Guys, they have listed it. So it makes it easy. So no one can scam you, because you see the employers that you have to send your job application to right here. So let's look at it. So in the health sector, these are the hospitals. These are all hospitals. Absent General Hospital, Bingham Memorial. So it said LaSalle Retirement is not hiring. Some of them are no more hiring. Maybe they are full or something. Lady Minto Hospital. So those who have been asking me, I want to be a care aide in Canada, I want to do this. Bro, get your license, because when you get your license and these pilots open, because these hospitals, before they employ you, they need you to have a Canadian equivalent license or certification. Once you have all this certification ready, you'll be part of the early or first people to get the job. I've already made a video for nurses, how to get their license, for healthcare aid, how to get their license. I've made all those videos. Please, if you want it, just go and watch and follow it and get license, because that is the only way you can get opportunity as a nurse or as a healthcare aid in the hospitals. Now let's go to education. So all these places, right? So here, Kunuwanimano Child Care and Family Services, right? Living Space is also hiring. So some of them are not hiring. I'm sure they might be full, but those who are still hiring are there. Now we can go into trades and transport. Look, all these. And the good thing is you can easily copy and paste the names in Google, and you go directly on their website and apply for the job, guys. So I don't want to talk much. I like to do practicals with you. Business finance administrators, these are banks. Scotia Bank is no more hiring, but St. Cyr and Associates, Corporation of the Town Kirkland Lake are hiring. And then this thing are agriculture. So the mining industry is also really booming here. I think one of my followers was asking me about opportunities for mining and all that. So this is an opportunity for you. And then even with the transports, we have all these companies, guys, all these companies. For you to understand it further, let's pick one of the companies and then let's see what is going on there. So let's say Canadian Tire Auto Service. So we can say Canadian Tire Auto Service. It's Canada. So it's talking about, this is one of the employers, right? So you can try and Google it. Canadian Tire Auto Service. Auto services, right? So we are trying to do we are trying to find a job, especially those in the transport services. So you just go to the website and you look for careers. Can you see that? Careers. and then you keep scrolling to look for the careers. So you keep scrolling to look up. So you keep scrolling to look for the careers. It said, which career path speaks to you? It said automotive careers. So let's see what we have there. Automotive careers. Okay, and it said apply now. Can you see that? Apply now. And then remember that the place we are looking for is Timmins. Timmins. I don't see Timmins here. So usually, let's say if the specific location was here, you just put it in, right? And then it will sort out that the opportunities in that place for you. And then you go ahead and apply. So this is how you go about it. You pick the job, you come to Google, paste it there, search careers, and if the jobs are on the website, you apply. You don't have to go and pay through somebody and all that, guys. If you do that, you have a high risk of being scammed. So let's go back to the steps. So step 3 is get a community recommendation. So once you get a job with one of those employers, they would have to, he said, once you have a valid job offer, the employer will submit an application for community recommendation during one of the monthly intake. So it's just like the PMP. The PMP also has a similar process. Your community will present you to, it's like a board or something, just to make sure that they've really hired a qualified person. Step 4, then how they kind of process their application. So they have a grade they follow. So they don't just we were on the step 4. Step 5 here. Okay, so usually they have a way of scoring because it's a competition. They may have a lot of people applying for the job and all that. So there is a grade depending on your education, the scores you got for the language, then they kind of pick the best. And it's all here, guys. It's all here. So let's say if you are in the health, you get more points. If education is 10, can you see health is 15, education is 10. So depending on your job offer, they will kind of sort it out and pick what the number they want to pick for that period. So if you're a registered nurse, you get 10 points. If you are into care aid or something, it's 7 points. Look at teachers. Teachers are getting 14 points. So this should tell you that they really need them. Elementary school and kindergarten teachers. So if you're a teacher and you have a bachelor's in education, this is your sign to start getting your certification. And I'll be doing a video for teachers, so don't worry about that. And for our construction workers, based on these numbers, they'll group all the applicants. Based on those numbers, they'll group all the applicants and then they'll start sorting according to the high score got. That is, they have arranged it according to the needs of the community. So the next step from there, once you are selected, you'll be informed and then you apply for your PR. Guys, it's as easy. This is one of the easiest way to move to Canada. My nurses, so let me go back to look at the list of employers. Absent General Hospital, which is in Timmins, right? So let's look at that. I think it's Anson. There is a mistake on the list. It should be ANSON, not AB. So this is it. Anson General Hospital. So let's look for the hospital's website. Anson General Hospital. Yeah, that is it right there. Anson General Hospital. So you just go to the website. you look for the career section. Employment here. Employment right there. It says hiring policy, physician. So if you're a doctor, you also have opportunity. Work with us right there. Work with us. Can you see that? And look at the jobs. Laboratory technologist, physiotherapist, pharmacist, registered nurses. Registered nurses right there. So for my nurses, those who are in my Telegram page and all that, this is an opportunity for you. So let's check out. This is one of the registered nursing jobs. Yeah, part-time registered nurse. Look, BSN is considered an asset. Must have minimum of 2 years long-term experience. Current certificate of competence from College of Nurses, Ontario. Must hold and maintain certification BCLS. So guys, so if you are able to apply for this job and you get it, then right there you can be able to get into the RCIP to PR pathway. It's as easy as that. So keep doing this. So you pick each of these hospitals. Look for their. You can even go Timmins and District Hospital. Timmins and District Hospital. Guys, so this is it. Now let's go back into the whole. So we already talked about this. You apply for your PR. So once you are done with your PR application, then you settle, you just move. And they also have optional. Sometimes the PR takes about 6 months or a year or something. So personally, I came with a work permit because I just didn't want to stay longer. So the work permit could be like 3 weeks, 1 month, and you get it, and then you move. Then once you settle, after about 6 months or wherever or more or less it could be, then you get your PR. So depending on your situation, you can decide which one to. Guys, on this note, if you find this video useful, I want you to subscribe, comment, let me know what you think about the video. Tell me about your own situation and what is going on. And then join my Telegram group so that we can all share your progress. And if we have more information, we can always share it. If you were able to watch till this far, please subscribe, comment, and let me know your progress, what is going on in your career, the video you want me to talk about, and I'll do a video just for you. I'm on a journey of helping people immigrate to Canada rightly and successfully through the work, PR, and eligible pilot programs. In my subsequent video, I'll be talking more about other programs, and I'll go into other professions, skills, and trades, and how they can get licensed and move to Canada on the right way. Remember, don't be scammed. Subscribe to this channel and let's do it the right way. My name is Nesefia Christie, and thank you for watching. Bye.